Hopefully we should know that this was a major event. This was a major event of having these children taken to the west coast of Africa. Now, let's keep in mind that these are the children that were always dark complexion, all black. They lived in ghettos. They were called Negroes, and they were expelled from Spain over into Portugal. And now they're being placed on the west coast of Africa into breeding farms, being raised as Christians less than 10 years before the transatlantic slave trade. I think I just need to say that just one more time. And I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make sure we grasp what just happened, right? So over in Spain and Portugal, so we had 800,000, 400,000, always dark complexion, all black Jews who lived in ghettos, right, who called Negroes, they were expelled and came over to Portugal, right, because they refused to throw away the Most High Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments. And once we got over there, the children of the Jews were taken away and sent over to the west coast of Africa to become Christians and to go into breeding farms so that they can populate the islands, have babies, right? Okay, so now that we understand that, let's go over to our next quote. And the next reference reads, "Thy sons and thy daughters have been given unto another people." How exactly has this prophecy been fulfilled in several countries, especially in Spain and Portugal? In the former of these kingdoms, the Council of Toledo decreed that the children of the Jews should be taken from them and educated in the Christian faith. When they were expelled, all under 14 years of age were forcibly detained to be baptized. And I will note that in other references, it shows that later the king increased the age from 14. Just in all the references that we've read so far, we're strictly focusing on the children from, I believe, the ages of 3 and 10. But it's also important to note that the king later increased the age of children that were taken from their parents to children in their 20s or young adults in their 20s, right? Like I said, this was a major event just before the transatlantic slave trade starts. All right, so let's keep reading. It says, "The first design of settling there was in the year 1486. But perceiving how many perished in the attempt, in that they could better agree with that of the continent on the coast of Guinea, it was resolved by King John II of Portugal that all the Jews within his dominion," listen, it says, "which were vastly numerous." All right, so this confirms that the Jews that came over into his kingdom, or the Jews that were living in his kingdom, were vastly numerous. There was a lot of them, right? Because we were reading 800,000, 400,000, and we were also looking at that picture of Woodstock just to see what 600,000 people looked like, of all black Negroes looked like, right? And it says, "should be obliged to receive baptism, or upon refusal." So again, they were obliged to receive the baptism of Roman Christianity, right, of the Roman version of Christianity, or upon refusal be transported to the coast of Guinea, where the Portuguese had already several considerable settlements and a good trade, considering the time since its first discovery. So again, we see time and time again that the whole reason why the children were placed on the west coast of Africa was because our forefathers refused to throw away the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yah. So the Portuguese and the Spaniards took the children away from the parents in order to reprogram or to raise these children up to throw away the laws, statutes, and commandments. In other words, that was the only way that